I went into my Vipassana meditation retreat expecting it to be hard, and it was hard. But what I didn't expect was how much it would change me. And I'm not talking about some overnight enlightenment unlocked type of way. I'm talking about shifts that have been real and lasting and have stuck with me ever since. I feel like an upgraded version of myself. Hi, my name's Tracy, and today I want to talk about the top 5 benefits that I received from a Vipassana meditation retreat and how they have reshaped my life. Some are obvious and some are probably unexpected, but all of them are so powerful. So let's get into it. Benefit number 1, equanimity, observing more and reacting less. At the start of the retreat, every single noise would drive me insane. The sound of someone readjusting in their chair would annoy me. The sound of someone coughing was infuriating. I was so irritated by just normal noises that should be happening in a group setting. But for me, it wasn't just about being irritated. I've kind of self-diagnosed myself with misophonia, and that means that the sounds aren't just irritating, but they feel like pain in my body. And in a silent meditation hall, there's nowhere to escape. Every sniffle, every freaking cough, every unconscious knuckle crack, it felt like a jolt of frustration just zapping right through me. It felt like my nervous system was under attack. But by the end of the retreat, these sounds didn't trigger me in the same way. I stopped tensing up and wanting to disappear and just started noticing them and observing my reaction to them without letting it hijack me. And slowly those reactions lost their grip. In fact, by the end of the retreat, I was able to send compassion to those people who were coughing. Whereas at the beginning of the retreat, I was sending not compassion. Why this benefit matters is life is a constant barrage of sensory triggers. We can't get away from it. And so having this ability to pause instead of just immediately reacting and just taking a step back has been a real game changer. I feel more balanced, way less overwhelmed, and just kind of more at peace. And who knows, maybe I won't break up with my next boyfriend for breathing too loud. Benefit number 2, emotional resilience and letting go of grief. One of the biggest breakthroughs I had at the retreat was around the concept of anicca, or impermanence. I was grieving the loss of my 2 cats who had been with me my entire adult life. And normally I'd shove those feelings down so that I can try to live a normal life. But in Vipassana, there's nowhere to run, nowhere to hide, nowhere to escape to. So I had to just let myself feel everything that was coming up, all of the memories and the pain and the sadness. And something kind of amazing happened when I allowed everything to just come up without resisting it, without pushing it away. It actually was able to clear. And it was a messy process. I had 3 intense sobbing sessions during this retreat where I was just kind of crying uncontrollably out of sadness. But ultimately, I got such a sense of peace and relief from that. And by observing these emotions instead of fighting them, then I can ultimately allow them to let go and release. And it's not like the grief just disappears, but it just becomes lighter, it becomes more manageable. And beyond grief, this practice built a kind of emotional resilience in me I hadn't had before. Instead of avoiding hard feelings, I could just sit with them and let them move through me and trust that they would pass. Why this benefit matters? Everything in life, grief, sadness, happiness, joy, everything is temporary. And when we stop gripping so tightly to what's trying to pass through, life becomes so much easier. But more than that, you realize that you're strong enough to handle whatever comes next. Benefit number 3, physical endurance and being able to sit still without wanting to die inside. So this one for me was a big one. Before the retreat, I could not sit on the mat for longer than 15 minutes without excruciating pain or without just fidgeting like a kid in timeout. But by the end of the retreat, I was able to sit for the entire hour during the group meditations. And now that I've come home, I actually incorporated it into my daily practice, and I'm meditating an hour in the morning and an hour in the evening. Why this benefit matters is meditation used to be something I dreaded. It felt like a chore. I couldn't sit for very long. And now through training my mind and also training my body, I have the physical endurance to actually be able to sit for long periods of time. And now meditation feels like my anchor, and I can't imagine my day without it. Benefit number 4, increased energy levels, and waking up feeling refreshed without coffee. Before the retreat, I was the type of person that needed coffee just to function. And I planned my naps like business meetings. My actual first thought upon waking up used to be, I wonder when I can nap today. But after the Vipassana retreat, I have had 0 cups of coffee. I have had 0 naps. I am waking up feeling refreshed, and I just am sleeping through the night as well, which I haven't done since maybe I was a kid. I'm so used to waking up with that 3 a.m. anxiety or 3 a.m. dread of maybe not even knowing what's wrong, but just feeling anxiety in my body or worrying about work. And that has completely disappeared. So I am sleeping through the night. I'm waking up without an alarm, and just feeling very refreshed, very energetic, very happy to face the day. And why this benefit matters, it's obvious. Getting more sleep is just better for the body, better for the brain. I'm able to focus more clearly. I just feel energized and happy. I feel healthy. And I do miss coffee a little bit, but I love the way I feel without it. So for now, we're still on a break. Benefit number 5, confidence in my mental strength. I can do hard things. Asana is not a casual weekend retreat. In fact, before you go, they tell you several times this is not a vacation and you should not be looking at it that way. It is really, really hard. There's no talking, no distractions. You are meditating for, 10, 11 hours a day, sitting in uncomfortable positions. And there were moments that I really wanted to quit. But the fact that I didn't, it built such a confidence in me that I can really handle anything. And why this matters is it's carried its way into my life for kind of anything. And now I kind of have a mentality, if I can get through this Vipassana meditation retreat, I can do anything. And now, a few bonus benefits that were close contenders for the top 5. One was a deep presence and appreciation for the little things. We had no distractions at this retreat. And so I really started to kind of wake up and notice things that I paid very little attention to before. Nature became my Netflix, and on my daily walks, I would become so enthralled with watching the birds and the squirrels. And one day there was like a squirrel turf fight, and I swear the drama was just as good as any Housewives show. I realized there's so much to enjoy in the present moment without distraction. Another runner up is decluttering, letting go of what doesn't matter, which is so much more than you think. I came home and immediately started purging my apartment. At the retreat, I realized how much I had been physically and emotionally holding on to that no longer served me. So I wanted to kind of come in and do a fresh start for my apartment as well. And it just made me feel a lot lighter. And another benefit is just improved focus and clarity. Before the retreat, I felt very scatterbrained and it was very hard to keep my attention for too long. And now I'm able to focus for longer periods of time and start and complete projects that I've always kind of had on my to-do list, but never made the time for or never been able to keep up with. So that has been really great being able to focus my energy and attention. Vipassana isn't easy, but the benefits are so worth it. If you're considering a retreat, I hope this gives you a glimpse into what you may be able to take away from it. And if you've already done a retreat, I would love to know what benefits have you experienced since leaving the retreat. Drop them in the comments below. If you haven't seen my video yet on my top 5 challenges of a Vipassana meditation retreat, check that one out next. And don't forget to subscribe. I'll be posting new videos every Thursday. Thanks so much for watching.